guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would talk about some of the bags that were super popular at one point, but looking back on it, I'm actually really glad that I didn't end up purchasing them. So if you guys are interested to hear some of my thoughts, then just keep watching. First bag on my list, I'm taking it way back to like 10 years ago. Do you guys remember the YSL Kate tassel bag? Or honestly, just, I don't know about you guys, but for me in America, this bag was every single girl's, like generally their first bag, or like the bag that they had for graduation or like homecoming. What else? Not prom. I don't know what it was about the tassel. I mean, I guess actually that makes sense because like but I saw this clutch slash envelope bag, whatever you want to call it, everywhere. And this bag also equally dominated Tumblr. I don't even think Tumblr is still a website anymore, but I feel like the bags that dominated Tumblr were for sure, without a doubt in my mind, was the YSL tassel bag, the Sac du Jour by Saint Laurent as well. Also, weirdly, the Prada Galleria bag that was in Saffiano, the beige and gold one, that one specifically, and then the Chanel Jumbo. Like, those bags were everywhere on Tumblr. I just remember seeing this and like every girl either wanted this bag or they had this bag or this was like the first bag. I honestly forgot how much this bag was. And I feel like YSL, even though it is considered a designer brand, it was very like entry level. It was like something from Saint Laurent was everyone's first bag, or Louis Vuitton Neverfull, Louis Vuitton Speedy. However, nowadays Saint Laurent prices like really skyrocketed up. Obviously, like what I loved about it was the tassel. They had this available in gold hardware and silver. I did really want it at one point, and at least from my recollection, I honestly thought this max was like $1,200. Honestly, I feel like $800 to $1,200. I just checked on the website and this bag is now $2,650, which is essentially $2,700. For $2,600, I would rather get another bag, not really like this clutch situation, but again, brand viewings is very relative to each person. I'm pretty sure you can find this bag available on the pre-loved market for like significantly cheaper. Do any of you guys that are from America remember this era from maybe 2011 to like 2016? The YSL tassel bag was just absolutely everywhere, probably trickling off after I graduated college. There was just this moment in time where when you go to Neiman Marcus, just like to walk in or on their website, it was just like everyone was pushing for the YSL Kate, but specifically the tassel. I don't know, I just saw so many girls have this as like their graduation clutch or their graduation present bag. That was an era. What a time, what a time. So the next bag is a little bit more recent. I would say it got like really big traction maybe 3 years ago, was peak, and it is the Prada Raffia totes. So they have two versions of it that were really popular. They have like the big jumbo size one that like Hailey Bieber was sporting. I feel like a couple celebrities were sporting this bag. They have this available in mint and pink, but definitely the tan with the black was the most popular. But the netted skinnier one, I think, was everywhere. Like every single influencer, whether they had money or they didn't have money, everyone got the Prada Raffia bag. And don't get me wrong, I actually think it's cute. I definitely think it's cute, and it's not so absurdly overpriced. At least the skinnier one, I think it's like $1,800 or $1,900. I mean, for a Raffia bag, that's kind of like, but it's more manageable, I think. But I feel like the big Raffia tote version of this is like $2,500, and it's like, this is Raffia, like this is insane. But I do understand the aesthetic and the appeal, and if you use this in the summer, you can really get your money's worth. I watched a lot of reviews on this bag because I did think about getting it. Like, I'm not even kidding you, I was really between Loewe and Prada, but I'm glad that I stuck with Loewe. This bag was absolutely everywhere. There's no way that you haven't seen like a creator that you like have this bag, and people that did own this bag did really like it. I almost fell into this. If you guys are still thinking of getting this, I do think it's really cute, but definitely I recommend getting it on the pre-loved market instead. Even just saving like $200, like that's still $200. If we're talking about aesthetic, I think it's really cute, and I did think about getting it, but I'm glad that I held off and I ended up getting my Loewe one for a really good discount as well. And Celine also has a lot of Raffia bags. At least the Prada one, you could travel well. I mean, the black and tan is just very iconic, and I do really enjoy that. Going back to Saint Laurent really quick, the Rive Gauche tote. Do you guys remember when this tote was everywhere? This was like 1 to 2 years before the Dior book tote launched, and the Rive Gauche tote was absolutely everywhere, like everywhere. I honestly thought about buying it. I remember I would see it like on Neiman Marcus, and I'm like, should I get this? I think the thing that put me off it was, one, because for me it was kind of heavy for like a canvas bag, but two, because it was canvasy, and like you guys know, like I collect canvas bags, I would just be so paranoid. Canvas, at least in my experience, is a very difficult to clean. Of course, if you get a darker version, that's fantastic, but I feel like the more popular ones were like the light gray ones, or especially like the beige with the black font. I think aesthetically it is really nice. It's actually kind of like subdued too, because obviously if you're in the luxury community space, you know Rive Gauche tote, but in general I feel like a lot of people wouldn't know, so they think like, oh, it's just a canvas bag. In its own way, it was kind of low-key, but this bag was absolutely everywhere. I'm glad I didn't end up getting this, but I feel like this would be an amazing beach bag, and you can get this for a really good deal on Fashionphile. I feel like at the time this was retailing, I need to double check, do they even still sell this? I'm not sure, but I think at the time it was like maybe $1,500 or $1,600, I think. Like, I feel like you can fit a lot in this, and this would be a great travel bag, more like a day weekender travel bag. For me, if I brought this on a plane, again, I would just be so paranoid on getting the bottom canvas bit dirty, and then you can never clean it. The most iconic one, of course, is like the black font with like the beige. I believe Just Sweet Lou on YouTube had this bag, but then she ended up selling it. So this bag was absolutely everywhere. Like, this I feel like was more Instagram aesthetic, like the Prada Raffia tote or the Rive Gauche tote. Like, both of them were just very, very Instagram aesthetic. So the next one I feel like is kind of polarizing my opinion on it, but I'm actually really, really glad that I never got the Celine Teen Triumph bag. Firstly, you guys know that I love Celine. Like, I love Celine so much. Honestly, I feel like there's the luggage totes, and then the Celine Teen Triumph bags are both just like very quintessential Celine bags. I've tried this bag on and I did really like it. I tried this on in like a almost black, but it was like their dark green color. I forgot what the color was called. I actually love the way it looked. I think it's the way that I dress. You guys know I dress very low maintenance casual. I honestly kind of don't really care how I dress really, and I feel like the Triumph bag goes with more like a stylish person, and I am not that person at all. Visually, I love the look of it. I've opened it, like there's actually a lot of space. I know a couple people that own this bag and they absolutely adore it, and I think it's really, really cute. This bag is way more expensive than I remember. This bag is now $4,000. Actually a little bit over $4,000, which I'm just like, I didn't realize it was $4,000. Like, that's insane to me. But it is a very iconic Celine bag. I feel like I used to really want this bag more so because, well, I love Celine and I wanted to kind of like complete my Celine collection, because I had the Nano luggage and I had the Ava, and I just wanted something else that was like iconic part of Celine. So instead of getting the Teen Triumph, I still want something with the gold Triumph logo. So I would love to add another Ava with the gold Triumph logo, or the Claude bag. It's basically kind of like an East-Westy version of the Teen Triumph, except with the chain. So it's like a little bit more different, a little bit dressed up. Online, I actually did not enjoy the chain at all, and then I tried it on in person and I was like, wait, this is a lot cuter than I expected it to be. I'm still gonna get my itch scratched of the gold Triumph logo, but I no longer want the Teen Triumph. And this bag too was heavy on the Instagram train, because in the pandemic, Bottega Veneta just dominated. So I honestly want to say maybe like right before the pandemic started, the Celine Triumph bag just like dominated. I'm gonna look up the exact year, because there was a point in time where everybody wanted the Teen Triumph bag. Obviously they do have this in a myriad of different sizes. They have the super tiny one that you can get, and I've watched a lot of reviews on it and it is very cute, but a lot of people end up regretting the super tiny one because they just find that they can't fit anything and you can't use it. And I was really close of getting the tiny one in their almond vert color, but I ended up not getting it because I was just like, no, we're gonna keep strong for the gold Triumph logo and get it in the Ava instead. I'm actually really glad that I didn't end up getting it, and then now it's just crazy overpriced. Like, I'm definitely never gonna get it now. So the second to last bag is a bag that I actually was very close to buying too, and it is the Loro Piana L19 little pochette situation. I've actually never tried this bag on in person. Just when everybody wanted this, I fell into that bandwagon and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then I saw on the website and they had this like green one and this blue one, and of course it was sold out online, and I wanted to always make it a point when I went to Rodeo to go see this bag in person, because I'm sure they at least have some on display, because I know you can turn this bag into a crossbody. A lot of people like to do it in a clutch. I've seen so many people have the L19 pouch in like an exotic, like an ostrich, which I actually do really like. Normally I'm not a fan of ostrich, like the dots just kind of freak me out, but weirdly on the L19 I actually really like it. I think it looks very, very nice. My favorite detail about this bag is actually the zipper. It has like a little circle and a little lock, and I just love like how different it is. Like, it's just very simple and cute, and everyone knows it's like that old money aesthetic situation. And I wanted this because everybody everybody wanted it. And also weirdly, even though it was giving old money aesthetic, the price point of this pouch, don't get me wrong, it's not cheap by any means, but it was way more attainable than I thought. Like the L19, just the regular leather ones, I think were like $2,300 or $2,500, not counting the exotics. And I was like, not that bad. And like they would have a bigger version in a backpack that would be like $3,000 or something along those lines. And I was like, you know, for everyone saying like this is the it bag, it actually wasn't that unattainable. I do really like it, and honestly, if it was available at the time online, I probably would have made the jump to get it. I definitely just fell into that moment of, oh, it's a trend, I want it, everybody wants it, and everyone really likes it. But realistically, I just don't see myself wearing it. I feel like that bag has a very like go-to style, linen pants, and then maybe like some form of loafer, and then your hair slicked back, and it's just a very specific look, and I don't dress like that look, and I don't attain to get that look. I'm glad I didn't get it, but I do think it's very, very cute. I definitely see the vibe and the aesthetic that it's for. Like you can dress it up, you can just use it to go to like a quick little brunch situation. I'm actually really glad that I didn't fall into the L19. Like that was a moment. Do you guys remember? Like that was a moment. Okay, the last bag, I honestly kind of feel bad because I feel like some of you guys own this bag. I know a few other people in our little luxury community own this bag as well, so like no hate at all. But the Chanel heart bag, oh good lord, when this bag first got announced, like everyone was going crazy for it. Like all the boutiques were like being sold out, it was being pre-ordered, da 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 da. The current price of this bag is $6,000, which I think is crazy. Obviously it is the bigger size, but it's like $6,000. Like really, I do understand the novelty about it, like a classic flap turned into a heart. I get that, but there's just something about it that I just couldn't really get on board with. I like a classic flap more than I like this heart. However, I think the smaller version of this is very, very cute. Like I think it's very like accessory oriented, like the very tiny ones. I've seen also they have this like arm pouch wristlet version, which I think is kind of silly. Definitely giving like you're rich when you have like that little wristlet situation. I do actually like the mini crossbody version, but like the big one and even the mini ones, I know some people like collect all of the sizes, and I think that's super cool if you get that. But for me, I just never, even in the beginning, there was no moment in time where I'm like, oh, I want this, or like, oh my god, I need to have this. I didn't even have an inkling to see this in store or text my SA and be like, oh, do you have this, or even a display one. Like absolutely no interest in this whatsoever. They had it, I feel like the super popular one was the purple one. Like everyone wanted the purple one, and of course the black with the champagne gold hardware. I remember this bag first came out in spring summer of 2022. Like it was fairly recent, and obviously they still come out with iterations of it. They had a blue one recently as well. I get it, especially for like Chanel lovers. I totally understand that, because a lot of Chanel, just their, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it, but like this, they a lot of times use heart. Like there's that iconic vintage like plastic heart bag that you always see at like Amore Tokyo on their display situation. That's super, super popular. Even their like pantsuits, a lot of the times they use hearts for like the buttons, or even a lot of their seasonal SLGs, they'll put Chanel in a heart. So like that I understand, and that I actually do appreciate. Like if you're a die-hard Chanel fan, I understand why you would want to add this to your collection, because I just feel like hearts and Chanel are very associated together, like Dior and stars are very associated together. So that I get the aesthetic of that, but I just never fell into the hype. I was never interested in the hype. I mean, I was never really ever interested, and I'm an LV girl. I was never interested in the LV like cur bag, which is basically heart in French. That really had no interest in me at all. I just thought it looked kind of funny. Like it was just weird looking for me. And if you own any of these bags, please don't get offended. Like I'm sure there's bags in my collection that you guys hate, so totally understand. So I'm really glad that I never even fell into that hype, and that I didn't buy it. I wasn't even close to buying it. So I guess maybe it doesn't really count on this list. So those are some of the bags that I'm glad that I didn't buy. Let me know down in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with the choices that I picked, or if you guys own any of the bags on my list. I'm actually more interested if any of you guys own the YSL Kate tassel bag, if you still have it, or if you ended up selling it. That one I'm more intrigued, because that era just fits so clearly in my mind, like during the college slash pre-college era of my life, where just that bag was everywhere and every girl wanted that bag. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, it really helps support my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.